Hello, YouTube. We are live. I think we're working. We have audio. We have cool music. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, we are live. So, hello, YouTube. Goodbye, Twitch, I think. I think that's the reality situation. So, for those people who follow me and have subscribed on YouTube, a few hundred of you, welcome. If this is your kind of thing, then awesome, great, you're gonna love it. If it's not, don't know. I'm just going to actually edit the title here because anybody who's joining now will be like, what? So we are playing some City Skyline today. So for the people who know, and I'm looking down at the moment on my keyboard, City Skyline, a new start, we'll call it. Yeah, for people who know me from the world of Twitch, you will all know that I am I'm a gamer, you know? That's what I am. So, yeah, but with the changes to Twitch and everything else, I'm not really bothered about Twitch anymore. It's not really my thing. So, I am kind of coming over to YouTube now, I think, and we're going to stay over here. We're going to continue doing the reactions, the movies. We're back. The setup works and everything. I may change this little kind of the round thing we've got here. I don't know. But, yeah, so without further ado, we're going to kind of get into some sort of things. So you can see my stream there. You're going to have to excuse that for a second. That's what we're going to be looking at for today. So we are going to be starting a brand new save for City Skyline. Since we've moved over from Twitch, it seems a little bit daft to kind of carry it over. The channel's basically pretty much gone over there now. I'm not anticipating going back to Twitch, if I'm honest. So, yeah. Or I may do. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. But for the meantime, we are here, and we're going to be playing this. So, yeah. So, if I seem a little bit distracted and a little bit kind of randomized in my thoughts at the moment, I am trying to set up. This is the first time I've kind of done this for here. So there you go. So without further ado, let's rock and roll, and we'll get into a little bit of City Skyline. So yeah, so for all those that are here and present, welcome, welcome, welcome. Turn the audio down that so you can't hear me talking twice. But yeah, so we're going to start off. This is a new save. I've done a little bit of work on it already, so we are fully modded. This isn't going to be a vanilla playthrough. This is going to be a design playthrough. So we're going to go for a bit of memory. We're going to go through a little bit of nostalgia, to be fair, is the plan. So there's a few places I've kind of lived in my 30-some years. So we're going to kind of recreate them. I'm not going to be... I was going to get the maps up and do perfect recreations, but we're going to go via memory, and it'll be interesting to see towards the end as to whether the memory is as sharp as it was 20 years ago. So we will see. But yeah, so I'm looking for somewhere interesting to start. I don't always like starting in the first square kind of thing, because when you do, you tend to find that your cities always end up looking the same. So I want to just kind of change it up a little bit. I have been a fan, and it works very, very well on Twitch for us to start off with a kind of an old school fishing village type kind of scenario. So kind of looking at the map, this to me looks a great little place to start off. So we're going to start off with, like I said, we've got quite a bit of modding going on here. We've got quite a little bit. I've kept off some of the... I had the UK road pack and everything else on here. So I think pretty much everything on that front has been stripped off for the time being. We've still got our UK village stuff on there, but yeah. So we've got, yeah, plenty of stuff to play with. But yeah, so the plan is we're going to go from a pretty standard kind of start, and just for this start one, just to kind of get the map going, we're just going to run with whatever kind of feels right, and go from there. I'll give you a few sort of build tips as well for anybody who does want them, to keep realistic looking builds. It's very easy just to grid everything, and we're going to be building grids a little bit, but there's a few things I like to do which will put constraints on your building sizes and things like that. It works really, really well. So there's a magic number to look for. So using the 2-lane gravel road, we're looking for the magic number, which is 240. So the cost is 240. 240 away. Doesn't really matter about the distance. We'll go full distance on this one for the moment. So we're going to stick off with the dirt roads now. We'll upgrade them at a later point. So what you end up with using the 240 is you end up with this shape here. So you've got this little 2 square space in the middle. Now using these roads, okay. So these are the single lane roads. What is good is if you find that middle point, build across, you get a really nice zoning shape. So all the houses are 2-block houses. And it looks really, really nice when you do this. So, right, so we are... Yeah, so we're going to build a fishing village off of here. So I've kind of just started building there. We are actually sort of planning on what I was doing, but there you go. We'll work with it. We will work with it. But yeah, so 240, using the dirt roads, is a magic little number if you want those 2 square deep houses and to maximize your space. So you'll see there with the 2 space that we have, sorry, the 2 squares that we have, we're not really losing very much in the way of space. It maximizes that square really, really nicely. But yeah, so with the 2-lane roads, if you do it with a different road, it doesn't work. It doesn't work quite as well. I'm a bit fingers and thumbs at the moment on this because I'm not using my main keyboard. But yeah, so if you were to just put the 2-lane there, it doesn't work. It doesn't break it up. Now, you do get your 2s, so you can still colour half and then weight and everything else, but this will give you a really nice shape, which we'll see in a minute when we start to fill this in. So, right, let me whip through this. And you're going to have to let me... I tend to talk on Twitch quite a lot when I'm streaming. So if you guys find that the talking is a bit much, tell me, and I'll shut up, basically. But yeah, so I am going to have to upgrade, change my mouse over at some point as well. I've got a really cheap mouse, cheap keyboard. But yeah, okay. So fishing village. So if we, so my plan is this is going to be the main road through. It's going to be a small village. We're not building big. We're not building big. So do we have a train line around here? Train line over there. We'll see on that front. We will see on that front. I maybe won't bother with a train station on this one. I think we'll avoid that. Right, so what we're going to want is a main street that comes down to a quay. I think we're going to build harbour, but would we be better? We may be better building the actual harbour around here. In fact, no. Let's go with the flow. See what happens. I think I've got Key Anarchy on. So we're going to just start by starting to put the shape on where we want this to go. I may change that at some point. In fact, let's leave that for the moment. Right, so let's start to just bring this up. Get this out of the water. Yeah, I will be doing a vanilla playthrough as well, but for me, this is I'm a big fan of the modding in this game. Just the amount of stuff that we can do with it is great. So yeah, we will revisit the original game and have a proper playthrough as well. But this is going to work. Right, okay, so this is going to form the basis of our harbour. In fact, what we'll do while we're at it. Get this out of the water. Want to do is we just want that to kind of sit pretty much flat. Put our anarchy on. Let that connect there for now. And then we're just going to loop this around. Time being, we're going to lose it over there in the rocks eventually. That is the plan. Right, so that is ugly. That is very, very ugly. So we need to open some of this out. Start to just form the shape of the harbour. That's the plan here. Now, of course, what we haven't done, which you would normally see, this is swung around. Right, we can see defence that, I think. Let's find a level. Not with a brush that big, we won't. Start to fill this in. Because that spun round. See, it wants to level. It's seeing that as the bottom end of the sea. So we may have to do this a slightly different way. We'll do it properly now, rather than kind of winging it. Go from there, I think. I think what we will do, get a bit of music volume going on. Okay, right. Let's try again. So find our level. Let's get a bit more brush on the go. All the water run off there. So we're going to resize this in a minute. And then clean up the back end areas where we've got a little bit of shape issues going on. So first of all, what I want to do is I just want to pull this stuff. No. Try again. I am struggling with this mouse. We're just going to move everything over just a little bit. If it's going to let me. And then start to stretch out these kind of sections here. There it is. There she is. very straight, but we'll sort that out shortly. Segments. And so, let's start to just clean these lines up a little bit. Happy with it being slightly rounded on the end, that works. But yeah, so, right, let's start to clear all this down a little bit. Again, look, that, just on that side, not letting us have that line there. A's fine. Do you know what? We can live with that. We can hide that with rocks and whatnot. But for the moment, that'll just form our harbour wall, of which we can kind of work off of that anyway. So what we will be doing with that is we will be kind of painting that up eventually anyway. But yeah, but that'll do for the time being. As I say, we're going to be fully fleshing that out as far as the harbour goes. But in the meantime, let's get some life going on. Start to push out some activity. So we're going to go with the industry road for here. I think that's probably befitting where we're at. So again, we're going to stick for the most part with a grid-ish system. I think that works probably better. Straight lines are easy to build with in this game. That works for me. So we're going to go back to our dirt roads now. And again, we're going to go out 240. So construction cost is 240. That's the 240. And again, we're going for that cost. Now, the idea behind this is that we can move the traffic in such a way that we can alleviate it in certain areas. So we've got left-hand drive on, left-hand side of the roads. So that's where we're going to go. And then the plan here. Don't need me to do that. Dirt road, dirt road. Where we're going to connect it up to the motorway. Right, we're going to connect it up here. What I want to do is I do want to get a... Trying to see where the most logical kind of road would come in. So I think we're going to go with... We've got these really cool UK country roads, which I really like. I think they look really good. They've got a nice real feel to them kind of thing. We're going to have... We're going to build a town over here. I think that's the plan. So obviously, UK roads tend to follow farming paths for the most part. That's a bit close, actually. I've done that a little bit close. Be on normal. Yeah, these road sets are really, really cool. If anybody wants the mod names, I can put them in there. It's not a problem. But yeah, they do look really cool. You've got to kind of move it around a little bit, just to make these bridge pieces fit. Obviously, we're gonna have to go bygone. What are we doing? That's on the one in the middle. There you go. The lorries clearing that, I think they are. Hate it when you can see vehicles clipping through buildings and road pieces and things like that. Just want to get this right. Make sure that it's within where it needs to be. That works for me. That's fine. I can live with that. Right, so I'm going to tell that to go here. There you go. That works. That's quite cool. I do like this building set. I really do like this building set. So we're going to go with a couple of basic motorway connections here. Just so that we kind of get back to our village. They're a bit... I know they're a little bit far. We'll be tidying this up at a later date. But this is just kind of to get us going. So you wouldn't necessarily pull off on a junction like that. That's the reality of it. But it is what it is. That's what we're going to do at the moment. We could maybe... What have we got? Have we got a 2-lane on-ramp, which would look appropriate? That may look appropriate. Yuck. Why has that done that? Oh, that's why it's done it. Okay, let's go like that. Looks a bit more like it should do. So we've got on, off, off. Sound. Right, okay. Again, we'll be upgrading that at a later point. I'm not really bothered about it at the moment. It's all good. So just with this select it tool, I'm going to go there. We're going to connect this up. We are going to go with a straight connection there. So nice road in. The really nice road pieces. These they're built really well. So I do like them. But yeah, okay, cool. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to start to have a look at how we're going to set things up. Now, obviously, this is going to be a small village, so we're not going to have a big industrial... I'm going to avoid using the landfills because I just hate them. So, for the moment, we're going to go with a recycling drop-off centre. We're going to put it down here. So the idea is this is going to be, this little area down here will be a kind of a works area. I think makes sense. I think, if I remember rightly, that fixes it on an end. So let us let's do it. Right, okay. So normally I like building with the land, but on this case we're just going to move that around a little bit. There we go. So that's our waste services in at the moment. I'm going to pause it just for the sake of getting this bit done. Right, okay, so services, as always, follow the roads. when I was building houses. Slightly, but damn it. Rules and regulations. Got to follow them, so we're going to follow them, as always. Water pipes are always connected on a loop. Now, unfortunately, the building constraints on this one don't allow us to do that. So we'll just pretend that's the loop there. Right, so first question is power. Now, what have we got as far as... I have quite a lot of high wind areas here. So, we're going to go with some green energy. Because we should go with green energy. Just to get us started. Now, 275 kV power line. I don't know how that's going to look. Does that look stupid? Yes, but it is what it is. So obviously these would go into a substation. Now, we're not actually going to build a power array yet. We are going to. That is on the plan as we did on the last build. But for the moment... I don't think I have the pieces anyway for the power array at the moment, so we're just going to kind of stick with something a little bit more basic. I was hoping I had a substation that would be appropriate to just kind of use for the time being, but we don't. So we'll put that on the list to do, as we always do. There'll be a list of requirements that we need. So we're gonna go pretty straight there. You do tend to find that they do run straight, these power lines, especially in the countryside, you know. So we're just gonna move that over a little bit. Oh. And we're gonna reattach that. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Got it. There we go. Again, we're going to decorate all this up. All this is going to be turned into farmland, as it would be. So, farmland. We're going to be pretty straightforward with it, really. I'm not going to go too in-depth on this one. I don't actually know if I've got the assets yet, but yeah, so the plan will be with the farmland is basic turn that off. Basic farmland setup, so go for a... Now, I've not got the right road on here. I was looking earlier. I need to check my mods. I don't know if a mod has kind of run out. One of the mods that I would like for this, which is the dirt track mod, I haven't got. So, need to go find that. Yeah, I was hoping I got it, but unfortunately not. So, we'll just kind of stick with this for now. But again, as farm roads go, they're pretty straight. That's the fact of it. So, and farms like to... I don't know why I've just put that in there. You know, it's all about maximising space, maximising how much crop you're going to get out of an acre or several hundred. But yeah, so we'll be doing the farmland soon. But that's going to be the rough measure of the farmland. We've got a lot to do in the meantime. Right, wait. Okay, so we've got our water set up. We just need now a pumping station. Now, I don't want the big... Yeah, you see, look, that is seeing... takes us somewhere completely different. Right. I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. So, what my thoughts are is we're going to go with the small pumping station for the time being. Which we're going to fit over here. So I'm going to build a proper water plant. A fully fledged water plant as well. Right, excuse me 1 second. I've just realised my chat thing has come off. So let's find us. Okay. There we go. There we go. Right. Sorry, you got the back of my head there for a second. Okay, so as far as water goes, we're going to go with the pumping station. They look really nice. It's quite a... This is obviously the smallest one. But, you know, I really like the design of these. This game... Mods have made this game for me. They really have. But yeah, so, okay, so we've got that. And then we are going to need some sewage treatment. Now, I don't want this in the town. So my thoughts are... we don't want any sewage outfall. What we may do is we may have up here... So if we take a 12-meter rural... But no. Have we got an 11? Yes, we have. So if we take an 11 meter... Or do we have a 9? I think all the 9s are one way. So what we're going to do is we are going to... Don't clip, don't clip, don't clip. Probably delete that, actually. We delete that second fence. We're going to put that move that back ever so slightly. Take that road here. Then we can connect this one here. That'll do. Slightly off-center road. I used the wrong road there. Yep, that works for me. Okay. Then we just need to connect this bit up here. I've left that a little bit sharp. So UK roads, I know the general consensus is 90-degree bends are best. And you do get plenty of them. You get a lot of these type of bends as well. Now, normally what you would do is, I haven't got, or have I got, node controller. That's the markings. But let's put a line in there. It's kind of ugly, isn't it? Put some TMP on it now. It's a giveaway. Do we have a giveaway sign? We do. Giveaway sign on there. Obviously, there's a bit of a coloration issue there, but it's one of those things. Right, okay, so we are going to put our water treatment zone over here. but they tend to be very... Naturally, you wouldn't have them near a populace. It's one of the things I don't like with this is the... better off with that, to be fair. Is the sewage outfall pipes on this game. Really don't like them. They look stupid. So, again, I didn't want to do too much on this because I've got kind of a plan in my mind as far as what we're going to do design-wise for a water treatment place. That's awful. Awful. Flatten that. Oh, that's quite a big drop, actually. Never saw that. That'll do. For the moment, anyway. That'll do. It'll just allow us to... And we'll give that a little substation there, just to power it. Stick that on the corner. We'll put some works on there or something. But yeah, that'll do for now. We're going to come back to that and rebuild that anyway. That will just keep us kind of keep us active. Right. So okay. So we're pretty much at a point now where we just put the final services in. So put the police station in. Put the now you could, because this is countryside, we could actually go straight away. You can put in these cross-country pipelines. I like to keep them to the roads, in all fairness. But yeah, so there'd be nothing wrong with kind of cutting straight across the farmlands there. Right. Next. So we've got water, we've got power, or we've got the makings of power. Where is it? Over here. Yeah. So let's go with... It's quite a small village that we're going to be building here. So I'm not going to go with the... the larger medical practice. We're going to go with the smaller one at the moment. We're just going to go with the small clinic. But what we are going to do... How does that look? Too bad, actually. Yeah. Live with that. So I'm going to let this kind of fill out. I think the plan is just let this kind of become... Give it its own little identity sort of thing. Have the fire station... as you come into the town. And again, police station, we're going to go with the little rural police station. Because why not? Which we are going to place... So what I'm doing is I'm going, right, okay, where's the most logical places for that to be? I guess Main Street would be it. Okay. We've got our police, so now we just need a small school to kick off with, which again, I'm going to kind of stick with the rural theme on this one for the time being. School can be at the top of the village. We're not going to put any buses in there at the moment. We will put a playground next to it, though. Shift T. Go. We'll decorate all this up later on. Put some trees in it and things like that. Let us move this back ever so slightly. Yeah, because I mean, what we'll do is we'll just basically brush some woodlands in around the village. Driving into town. So the plan is, right, let's start putting in some housing. And we're going to fill these central banks of houses in first. Okay, we'll fill that. I didn't mean to do that. No, move out. The house is not for you. So yeah, so we're going to fill these central banks in first. Wait for the power to spread across. There you go. So you can see straight away. Now you do have to watch for. You get a couple of houses which encroach on these, but I'm a big fan of these terraced houses. They work really well on these little narrow streets. So that works a little bit. So we've got another one there. Another one there. So you just have to, just to begin with, I might actually take them out of the spawn because they look stupid. But yeah, so we kind of get in there now. Now the alternative is we actually choose the houses ourselves that we're going to build in there. Which would work. Why have we got no water? Oh, I powered it. We've not put any power in there. Right, okay, so let's, again, we'll just throw in a, for the time being, I'm just going to throw a substation in over the back. But let's put this tower in here. There we go. Right. That'll all disappear. Now we can fill in the rest. So, that needs to go. So I'm going to put down this central belt, if you like. We're going to have our high street down there. I'm going to have our high street down here. Right, what I'm going to do... I don't like doing this. Once things are in, I like kind of leaving it as it is. We don't need full speed on this at the moment. We're going to demolish some houses quite early. So sorry people who've moved in. We need some space. Yeah, one of those houses there, look. Okay. Right, so yeah, so let's get that booked into there. And then with regards to these, I'm just going to fill this out. Yeah, that's green. 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 Fine. Okay. So let's speed that up. Start to let that fill in. We'll start to see a little bit of shape coming in now, and hopefully with the spacing we're maximising a lot of our accessible area. I may change some of these some of the buildings that we're getting. I'm a big fan of them. See, like these houses are great, but they does not come with any decoration, and it takes a long time to throw in all the gardens and everything, so we will kind of go from there. So, coming into the main street. We did connect up the... Yeah, we did. Okay, so now we're starting to need a little bit of industry. Now, I don't think we've got... I thought I got the expansion for the fishing. Clearly not. Okay. That's fine. So we're going to for the moment. Start to just level all this up. Get everything flat. Why is that sticking up there? Take that, do that, 2 object heights, so we want to do to that road there, there we go. Yeah, so I'm just levelling everything up, so we've got a nice flat kind of workspace here, so we can start to put in a little bit. Now, because I don't have the fishing apparently, I'm going to manually select some buildings from here, just for the time being, as far as what's going to look appropriate. Phoenix works. There we go. Pavement on. Just start to provide a little bit of places, a few places for these people to work. That's okay. Again, we're gonna kind of we'll sort of tart this up. I don't know if we've got any boat structures as of yet. Anyway, no, we haven't. So. Yeah, we'll do that later, mate. Again, I'm going to layer the mods in as we do bits and pieces, so what we don't have is a lot of excess that we don't actually need. So if we start off with kind of where we are, the problem I've got at the moment is on the last build that we were doing on Twitch, I had a 2,000... I think it was 2,940 mods. In fact, it grew beyond that, so... It's a lot. So we're just gonna we'll kind of layer in as we need. Obviously, we've still got the UK housing mods in here, so we've still got a lot of this terraced housing going on. But yeah, right. Okay, so that doesn't need to be green. Why is that green? Neither does that. Neither do them. Okay, let's finish our high street now. No, let's not finish our high street. I forgot again. Destroy some stuff. Okay, right. So hopefully the 2x2 fits in there. It does. Maybe be able to squeeze a little bit of. Same thing, this is a slightly nicer car park. Over here. Yeah. Park here. This side. Just because of the elevation we're losing the texture slightly. It's going to be a bit of probably fix that. Right. So where are we at now? So why have we got space there? What have we got to fill it with? I have got some appropriate housing. we will. Do you know what? We're going to stick with the village theme for the most part. Some of these houses have changed, but then that's kind of the way it goes, isn't it? No. Sorry, you're not living in a woodland shack. Again, we'll tidy all this up. I just want it to kind of fill out for the moment while we've got flying cars. The elevation, maybe because of the elevation. Right, purely for the fact that I don't know about anybody else, but I do tend to find flying cars slightly immersion breaking. What is this shop here? Giant donut shop. Souvenir shop. Okay. So again, what I was saying earlier about the 240 dirt road is you get a really, really nice shape when it comes to being able to maximise that space within your town. As you can see, there is very, very little space wasted. So that when we come to the point of decorating, it becomes quite an easy task. And what is good is that when we upgrade these roads, which we can do now, is that they don't spoil. The only thing that it will change is if you've got pavements and walkways attached to the dirt roads. So my advice would be is don't put any paving in, any walkways in until you've upgraded. Otherwise, you have to go back to it. But yeah, so the good thing is, like I say, with that, if you get a nice coverage, we do get some quite nice. We've gone for more terraces. We can live with that. So we're going to put a bit of detail in now. I'm going to get rid of this global stuff. So I hate. What will happen is, as everyone knows, all we'll end up with is 25 sushi restaurants in a row. It looks stupid. We're not having it. So I'm going to go for actual some better store frontages and better commercials than that. So let's go with go with 3. Go with a pub in there, and then let's go for some terrace shops. So again, pavement on, flattened terrain on. Let's just start to build a bit of a more realistic kind of high street front. So, when you're travelling across the UK, these are the sort of high streets you see more often than not. These are the ones that kind of fit the locations. They work really well. I'm going to redo all this because it's all a bit distracting, a bit messy. Naturally pubs are a rather common sight. It's one of those things we do best. But yeah, so this. Ugh, so horrible. Horrible. Who the hell? Anyway. Doesn't leave a lot of backyard space in these houses. There are some. You see these ones here, you've got the back garden. You know what? We're going to do this block by block. Let's build this block by block. Bit by bit. Really start to find a genuine sort of feel for it. We put another. Let's go with another pub. So one of the villages where I was from. So I'm kind of from Doncaster. But my mum is from a place called Goldthorpe. So it isn't uncommon to see pub, shop, pub. So especially these mining communities and things like that, that's what it was. There was a lot of working men's clubs, a lot of places to go get a pint at the end of the day. So that's quite a common thing, really. Have to step that a little bit. So that's just gives us a much more realistic frontage. I'm going to go with, again, just looking at something that looks a little bit more kind of realistic. These houses are quite nice, but the tower has two. Because this is how the houses used to be. It used to be a lot of identical houses, one after the other. So I'm going to delete that house and those ones that were overlapped with. Let's delete the. No. Put the roof edges. There it looks very, very dark. These not lit. Don't know if I like that, to be fair. Just work. Just with the background. What else have we got? Oh, there's a corner written on there. Ah. Do these have back gardens built on them? No. If you want something with a back edge, save having to build entire backgrounds. If needs be, we'll just run a fence down the back and come to it at a later date. I see a lot of these don't. I thought we saw some that did. These dark houses here do. Those ones do. Let's go for some of them instead. Kind of happy to stick with them for the time being. So let's delete the individual ones we put in. Yes. That's better. So now that gives us a bit of a kind of backline for these buildings and everything else. Now what I am going to do is I'm actually going to put a pathway down the back of these, which you would likely get anyway. The way we're going to do it. Bit of an alleyway down the back of the shops. That would make sense. That kind of fits. Okay. Let's go. Cool. I don't know why there's so many of these. Just give me those nodes. I do need to get more trees and whatnot in this. I don't have ones that I prefer to do this with. Yeah, you see I'm missing the kind of the more appropriate trees for this. In fact, I'm missing that one. That's fine. Well, we can go with these. So I'm going to block off. This car park from there. Full access around there. Again, we'll do the back bit in a bit. These pubs don't have beer gardens, so if you want to find beer gardens street, yeah, that's a bit of now, if I remember rightly, yeah, okay, cool. So that is first block of the pathway. Did I delete the path? Path was vanished. Ugh. Oh, that's the point. blocked it off, haven't I, with that stuff? What a genius. Right, so we just need to move that. All in the detail is for me in this game. What it's about. Here. And of course, this is how you build a house. This is how you build a street. You prefab it now, miles away, drag it in, and the process is done. I'm happy with that there. I think that kind of works. We are... That kind of fits. I know the pavement is overlapping just a little bit with the hard over actually. Out those gardens. No. Keyboard. Right, okay. So what I'm inclined to do, because of this incline, is just we're going to kind of switch this round a little bit. Like these buildings here look aren't they? Right, okay. So let's go. We're going to repeat the process pretty much over here. What we may do, go for our trusty path. I do like this. This is the just standard park path. I do like it. That was the back of the docks, that would make sense. So if we now go to here, and again, we look at things which, for me, the question is, does the building make sense? Like that one doesn't make sense, whereas that would make sense. Then if we then throw in the railway. Big. That works there. So, again. What I would call a realistic-ish interpretation of the UK High Street. trees vanished there because the mannequin came. Weird. Definitely missing. There must have been a update stuff recently and I'm not seeing it. Okay. We've still got our sea frontage to do. We've got our harbour to work on. Obviously we need to do something with this, we'll work it out. It's probably going to be rocks or something. This is a really high wall. I think now coming down into the village, we don't need that on full speed. We need to mark up a lot of these roads. Road markings around here. I do love this mod. I really do love this mod. I don't know why these roads don't have the markings on them. Right, so we've got this is the main road here. Left hand drive, so go. That is a through road there. It's the middle section we need. So again, we're just gonna dot these. I don't know if there's a way to apply this to all the roads, but do it now when you're at relatively small spaces rather than trying to date it at a later date. I've done it before and it's soul destroyed in the end of doing. I'm bothered not doing it. So very much easier. There. So left hand drive, so that side of the road. There. This one. That side. No. Not perfect, but not bad. Okay, cool. So we're starting to get there now. We're starting to get a bit of a high street going on. We do need to sort this area out. I'm just going to be... exploration distance. Where are my other mobs from? Okay. Okay. So we've got our little kind of pathway around the start of our high street. What have we given what we haven't got is death care. So we're going to use the little graveyard, but we're going to put a bit of a difference in there. So we are going to put it up here, up at the top of the thing. Now, actually, you know what? We're going to leave that. I was going to layer over the other church that we've got, but actually that doesn't look too bad. What we will do, though, a yellow stone wall somewhere. Seen it? Oh, in fact, that's a bit like that. Yeah, that's fine. We just do it that. So then we will quickly I'll do. Right, so let's just quickly throw in a few trees around the park. Got a bit of depth to what we're looking at. We'll do the school next time round. Again, there's a couple of things I want to get before we really start to the school, I've got a really cool idea, which I think will look really nice. I just don't think I've got the stuff for it at the moment. I need to there's definitely some stuff I need to re-download. I haven't got my decals or anything at the moment. Okay, so fire station, looking good. Again, fan of the building. I don't know why it's on such a big kind of pad. We'll keep an eye on that because that might block the road here and stuff, but we'll see. Okay, so we've got quite a big demand for more folks, for more housing. Which again, so what we're going to do on this one is we're going to go with UK. No, let's just go with. I think it's just down as terrace. Find the ones that I'm looking for. I can't remember the specific name behind them. Maybe it's terraced. I need the bigger search bar thing. It just irritates me how much space it takes up. Here we are. This is what I'm looking for. Ah, I've got that turned on. Right, okay, all. There we go. UK terraced houses. Interesting. Right, so I think I've definitely got some bits and pieces missing here, some quite critical ones. But it's fine. It's fine. Oh no, here we are. Right. Just gonna alternate these around a bit. But like I say, so these are fully decorated properties that look really good. They kind of fit the theme. And again, I think obviously the theme on this one is sort of UK compact housing. When I say compact, I mean compacted into a specific area. There'll be a particular word for it. But yeah, this is what we worked a lot on when I was house building. This kind of housing. Which I live in now. I mean, to be fair, so I live in a townhouse, not in a town. You get more space with one of these, so it's one of them. Right. So that'll give us a lot of housing. Moving in there nice. So what we like for schooling? We haven't got a second school. Now I didn't really want. We've got this little high school. Sort of feel it's a bit of a cheat to put it in, but we need it. Right, what I want now is a little rural road here. Now these are, the guy that has made these are absolutely stunning. Really, really well done. Really well made. Terraforming. Yep, no water. I think we're just gonna, rather than dig it all out, I think it's just a case of we're just gonna smooth this up the hill. Maybe just take that, move that off a little bit there, then take that, and then start to, there you go, that's better. Then if we go to that, take that, and then this works really well with the church, is the UK stone walls with the trees. You just have to be wary of where you're putting it. If you put it too close to the, no, that's the... floats along this set, so you've got to just check your nodes on it, but it gives you a nice little banking of trees without you having to really do much with it. But it just looks quite nice, I think. So then what we need to do, we need to get where is it? There we are. Lynch gate. To there. That up to there. we are gonna put gravestones in here. Like so. Not a form, a nice little, nice little church. But that is it's a beautiful thing they made there. Love it, really do love it. Shame this road is so aggressively sloped. Let's just see if we can do something about it a little bit. UK road, then the small non-script one. We like that. Bend it around that slope a little bit. And that way it's a bit of a drive up, but that doesn't look too sort of dishonest as far as how you would see that area. I'm definitely missing loads. I've got all my hornbeam trees and everything I'm missing. Interesting. Now to get up to the church, drive up and around, in you go. We're just gonna kind of lazily fill out this back area here. I'm happy for that to become woodland over the top. There a little bit. So looking at this, I mean, it is conceivable that you would have forest up and around here. It's quite dense. You know, forest up on here. Because you got the river coming in, all this would be very, very heavily wooded. But we came in and ruined everything, as we are inclined to do. But yeah, so we'll sort of work around with the woodlands a little bit. Now, with this one, let's have a think. So people are driving into the village. Driving into the village, you've got all the stores down the middle and down the high street. You've got plenty of parking. I've lost a little bit of changing the height, going that way. that the place? No. Let's delete what I put in. It should do that. Okay, just trying to make something which you would see kind of thing, but yeah, I like that. I don't like those houses there. No, the other things you've got. Got gardens, haven't you? Stick with that. Okay, then I'm gonna keep this over. Level horrible. Right, okay. I'm sort of happy with that now. That works. Okay, so we're coming down, so we've got lots of housing. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So we do want a... But do we want one here? And these tend to be really ugly, don't they? Whether that would have been better on the back side. Move these though, can't we? So if I... You know what? The road. Gimme. Where is it? Nope. Right, okay. Just going with that one. Now I have a feeling, is that gonna... Nope, that's fine. That was gonna mess everything up there, but that works rather nice. So, I want to do is just try and match these against. Why not give me? Oh, his keyboard. To array 2 object heights. That's flat now. We could, in theory, put a pumping station kind of here. Buildings. And then if we then go for take that, do that, if we go for 2 back. I do like these little buildings. Works. Look at that. Little industrial road, which again, anywhere that's got a fishing industry, industry. Just paint all that back there. We'll fence this off. This. Definitely need to get some more foliage. Don't like the fact that these have got all the same, all very, very similar leaf pattern. Looks a bit poo. Middle of all that. Okay, so the start of the city, the start of the town is pretty good. Let's start to zone it off. Sora's done it. So let's call this New Whitby. Whitby is one of my favourite fishing villages. So we go that. So let's have a look. So we've got 435 people living in Whitby. It's not too bad. Average land value 35. Whatever the money is here. So we're going to go with worried about that. More business enthusiast. Keep. we're going to go with schools out. Just so we can keep industry kind of busy. And sort of go from there. Right. Okay. I'm happy with where we're at. Lots of workers needed. We need a lot more housing. So I think we're going to go... Let's have a think. Do we put a bit of a seafront on here? I guess we should do, really. But I don't want this. So I don't want it to be a... It's not a resort. This is a working village. That is the plan. So I'm not too worried about that. So let's go UK terraced again. Let's find those houses. Hope if I'd remembered the name of them, wouldn't it? Okay, terrace. There you go. Yeah, it fits really nicely together. I know this is gonna knacker the landscape up big time. We'll have a look at that at a later day. I'm not really too fussed at the moment, but we will fix it. We'll sort it. At the moment, I just want to get people living where we need them to be. Yeah, so eventually what we can do is we can build out some sort of thing, maybe, but not too worried at the moment. But yeah, right, okay, cool. I had a brain freeze then. Okay. Just debating. Something. Right. What we're going to do, we're going to go for our magic 240 again. Go from... Let's get snap and turn back on. Right. We'll go 240. Whatever there. Worried about that. So again, we're going to go... Sorry, Mr. Rock, but... What have we actually got on the... Got a little ferry stop in there. Just thinking, just to give us a little bit of a point to this. Look at that. I hate the design of them. It looks so stupid. Right, whatever. So let's just put a bit more kind of housing in here. And then I have a bit of a plan what to do for the next part. People want to live in this village, look. Straighten that up. These, some of them, a couple of those. Some of these white houses in with the hedge. The fence. Both stone kind of houses. That works. So I'm debating whether to actually make this front end maybe more of a park-like area. But I want something here. I want a big industrial here, but not something too ridiculous. So one of the things we're going to get now is we're going to get. I'm just sort of debating about the cargo we're going to get coming through the town. I'm thinking, do we want that? We'll see. We'll see. Right, okay. So I'm going to paint up this area a little bit. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to envisage what people are doing about coming down here. So this maybe was a ship building place, which would kind of make sense to me. It's not a touristy zone. There's no beach or anything. So people aren't, or people are less likely to go where there's no beach. So it perhaps would have been a case of buildings like that would have been quite prevalent in the area, with a lot of houses very, very close to that industry. So maybe it's a case of... Oh, yeah, what did that just do that for? Looking at what this looks like. Have big building frontages down here. Yeah, that kind of works. And then you've got... Yeah, you've got big industry there, which is... which makes sense. So I'm not going to get precious about the old... traffic and stuff. You know, if there's traffic, there's traffic. Jessica, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Need help with the city. Don't have to fix the oil and electricity. Describe the issue and we'll see if we can lend a helping hand. Right, so let's continue with just building out little inlets between, which is what you would get. So these are effectively units, like unit lots type of thing. But yeah, But yes, dependent on the issue, depends on whether we can offer a fix. Whether you're modded or not is a big one. Ugh, that's horrible. Look how that sits up. Okay. So if we go and kind of continue this little trend of just paint around this as well. I'm gonna what I am gonna do. So on the Twitch series, we weren't naming, we didn't name anything, and then I kind of wanted to name stuff, but then it was just, again, it was one of the things. It was too much done. I was like, oh, I can't start. So from now, we're actually gonna go through. And we are gonna start to name what we come up with. Yeah, these seaside factions are really nice. They work really well for what we're doing. I'm gonna spin these round, facing these little inroads here. That works. That to me, to my mind, that makes sense. That makes sense with these kind of, you know, these heavy industrial areas on these seafronts. Where you would have this kind of this type of industry, you know. Pavement on for these. There you go. I just want the ones that fit. They're not fitting to each other, that's all. Have we got anything which is a 1? I think we have. I think it's by 3. So also have a little diner type thing. Like that. And if we have some go back to the industrial. Fence all these off, I think. Although I guess you would have access around the back, so that would make sense to me. And then what we can do is we can start to kind of fill out this backside area with the appropriate things. It's a shame you can't put walls on top of here. But I've done it before, and then what happens is when you come back into your save, they tend to be up in the air, or they tend to vanish, and it bugs out, so I don't bother. Yeah, right, okay, cool. So we've got this this kind of what I would suspect would be sort of old-ish industry, you know, bygone age and all that kind of thing, but it still lingers. I'm putting a pathway in there just because, you know, people would have to get to work. I mean, it's going to look horrible for a bit. I need the mod that gets rid of these icons. I think it's a mod. I don't think it's a setup. But yeah, so yeah, so we need a lot of people living here now. So what I was wondering is whether we should go and maybe put some... Oh, they're not installed. Damn. Oh, ignore it. Oh, right. So we've got these. Quite modern. But again... And we have... inclined to just give this, let this run for a bit. Let it find its own kind of course. See what the sort of the housing solution it comes up with is, and we'll go from there. That up a little bit there. Yeah, so that kind of works. Go in that direction now. And if I'm just trying to check something on my other PC. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. I think that sort of works. We've got an issue with garbage collection here. Where are we at? Processing status. Processing capacity. Oh, it's because it's a thing, right? So we need somewhere to burn off. burn off the fuel, so we're going to have to get a incineration plant going. Got you, buddy. There you go. Again, I think we'll come up here and say, well, what have we got? A CCGT plant. Delete that road. Right, they will sort that out for us. Let all that fill out. So we're back now to needing a bit more commercial, but I'm sort of happy where we are with the commercial at the moment. Although I suppose, because we have this space up here, what if we put in a Tesco? I don't know about a big one. I don't think the place is big enough to warrant having a Tesco of that size. If we put in quite a lot of people, really. So what we do? Let's do a. I wasn't going to do this today, but why don't we have a look at a bit of a shopping area? I don't worry too much about doing that, the way that development goes. People will get people will do often quite hefty land kind of changes. Right, so we need to zone this for zoning. Big enough. Tesco. That one. Smaller one. We've got a Morrison's. Morrison's is a bit smaller. Got a Lidl. There you go. Good old Lidl. To the rescue. Okay, cool. So if we just quickly parking yardage on here. 1, 2. This will add a good bit of commercial space anyway. Singles. Okay, quite open to that. That's awful. No way. A bit better than it was. But now got that in the ground. Okay, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right, so let's start to just make it look a bit more like a developed area. going to put the line tool on here, prop line tool. Let's close these riding. Yeah, so that sort of works, I think. Yeah, 'cause we've got all this woodland here anyway. And I think what we'll do is people like walking space. Sorry, I don't know. There, they can walk to work. We've got walks as well, moving down into the woodlands. A lot of lag there. Park. Terrifically, but. So we're gonna. I think we need a bit more heavy density housing for this area. So again, we're just gonna go back to UK terrace housing. I love that housing, but it's not appropriate for this area that we're working on. These houses here. I'm gonna go for delete off that bit. Okay, cool. So I think the village is taking shape now. We've got our industry down at the bottom. We have very little people here to work it, but it is what it is. We will remedy it. I think the issue we've got is like, so there's 4 people living in there, but that takes up 4 squares. Whereas these individuals, 3, I've got it, 3, 4. Yeah, so I think it's just a case of these houses here are not efficient for what we're after. We do need these houses, basically. Or similar ones. But yeah, but we'll kind of work on that. I don't actually want that. So. More sense to me. We can get to and fro from that side of the thing. Oh, in fact, that's what I've done. Silly. There are opportunities there for the the lower density stuff. There you go. Okay, And again, there, look, we've just done it the wrong way. We're going to go back the other way. Zone those little missing spots. Direction there. And we're maximising the spaces. But yeah, there's a lot of these properties. So like that one, for example, how many live in that? 10 people. Wow, there's 13 people. Oh, mind you, it's 2 houses there. So 7 per house, I guess. Let's upgrade these roads. Can't actually see what people are doing in there. Sorry, where the buildings are fitting in there. Ah, there you go. Oh, I hate it when it does that. I've got anarchy on as well, so it shouldn't do it really. I say it shouldn't do it, I don't. But yeah. Yeah, so I think it's a case of probably putting the high density housing. You know, as much as that holds a lot of people, what do the corner houses hold that we've been putting in? How we put them in there? So 15, 11. Quite a lot in that one. What? 13 that one. So between kind of, I guess, 8, 15-ish people in there. It's the look for me. It's got to look right. That doesn't work for me for that area. It's a bit weird. That's no good. Again, these ones, I'm going to have to have a look what they are. They don't fit. Fuck her off. Jesus. Right, let's do it. I don't know if I just clicked a house inside of one of the other ones there. That doesn't fit. Right, okay, I'm going to have to revisit that because they don't fit. I think there's a 2-space one that I'm missing on my mods. But yeah, so let's have a see. So I think that kind of works just to begin with. So like I say, if we look into the it makes sense to me apart from that stupid building there. I'll go through we're going to go through the high street kind of bit by bit as we did before, as we did on the first series. We'll kind of work each area, each space as we can, start to put the detail in. Make it make sense. That's the big thing for me. It's got to make sense. With regards to why something is there, if it shouldn't be there, then it's not going to be able to have my take. But yeah, it's got to make sense. I think we should put a lot of industry that actually we maybe need to look at and say, well, actually, the density of the houses, would there be enough of a town here to supplement all this industry, all this shipbuilding industry? So I'd suggest maybe no. So maybe what we'll look at is we'll look at our property densities over here, sorry, our population densities over here, and say, well, look, houses like that, probably not in keeping. We probably are looking more at the more compact kind of housing solutions. But for me, I'm happy with what we've come up with. As I say, for the bulk of this series isn't going to be me winging it. We're going to be moving into the memory stuff soon. But we needed a base, and as I say, rather than just starting over here at the starting spot, I think it's always nice to start with something a little bit original, and kind of move from there. But I think what we'll be doing is we're going to get some mods, and we're going to have a look at detailing, a lot of detailing. In fact, I wonder whether maybe deleting this. This may not work. Get that down to that door level there. Now, the question is, does that leave a big hole? I'm guessing I won't have the that one. To make it look like it has a bit of natural thing to it. I'm just very, very wary of the water deformation. Speed that up, let it calm down a little bit. Yeah, look at the deformation there. Don't like that. Do not like that. Flood everything for a little bit. How did that affect that over there? I mean, strange. Okay. Let us look at what we've got. I don't know whether that is a good idea, leaving this here. That may be what's throwing out all the water. No, it's sat there. What we'll do is we'll see on a... In fact, you know what? One thing we will do is we'll put a save on this now. So we're going to call this YouTube. YouTube episode 1. So this is just going to be a bitty one. As I say, this particular one, this was the plan of just basically getting down a start point. We're going to hunt down a few mods just so I can remove some of these icons so they're not clouding us up. As far as these properties are concerned, we could maybe look at a bit of high density there. But not a bit too big. So we'll start to build out, and we'll start to build from this this kind of place, and start to look at wondering whether building from before. Don't know whether it's lit. Right, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, so so I'm happy with that start. It's a like I say, it's a base for us to build off of. We've now got a population. We're going to look at doing the farm. I don't think I've got any farm decals installed. Oh no, we do. We do. Right. Oh, we got loads. Okay, cool. Let's do that then. Let's get some farmland laid. Then what I want to do is if we just take the decals, get rid of that, we'll just duplicate that. It's slightly there. Just do those three. Duplicate those. And keep our lines relatively straight. I know, it'll annoy me if that's going to continue to flicker. And then what we'll do is we'll start to put the density right up, but move the brush size right the way down. And we'll start to just paint in these gaps in between. Again, this is kind of realistic, you know. This is what you would see with regards to this farmland. In fact, what we'll do is let's put a fence on this front here. Go from here across. There we go. That sort of works, and then obviously we need to build this out. Like I said, this is going to be moved. Although I may leave that there, but we need a place for a water treatment facility. So I'm thinking maybe down here, but that's quite a big river to cross for. So maybe we could build it down here. I think that could work. We'll probably do that one for the next one. So I think we're going to leave it there for now. I think think we've done all right. I think we've got a nice little semi-believable village. It's maybe a bit of a population issue, but we'll look at that. But yeah, we've got nice active high streets. We've started the detailing as well. So you know, again, we've got these little car parks which are servicing these. Dear me. Flying cars. There you go. Right, okay, so New Whitby was the first town we visited. We're finishing on a population of 877. Quite a high proportion of workers. Relatively low level of children. There's only 8 children in the entire village. But we've got lots of workers. We've got our decent little setup, I think. So I think the next route is going to be probably going to have a look at this motorway junction as well. Maybe change that round a little bit. I don't know. But I may even do that now. Let's have a quick look at this before we go. We're gonna have a quick look at this this road setup here. Yeah, well. So I'm happy to go and raise that up at that. Create a bit of a banking for it. But we could even give ourselves some elevation to play with. Why don't we take that? Let's just take some segments here. On the curve on there, just so we can slow the thing down a little bit. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's go for... let's just go for some terrain changes here. So let's move some stuff around. In fact... proper height in here. Start to just brush it all out a little bit, smooth everything off. Move those lines. Yeah. I'm actually inclined to let's put some farmland in here. Now I'm going to cheat. Oh, look how nice this land is over here. Oh, lovely. That's why we've got a farm built here. Yeah. So we're going to earmark this all as farmland anyway. So we will get some actual agricultural kind of activity going on. Just click farmlands for now. What we will do is we'll spell farmlands correctly. Farmlands. Got that there. So if we then take a We'll do this on the next episode. We'll start to set up the farm on the next episode. So if I go for a two-way road with that. Turn in there. I'm going to take this off at an angle. Then here like that. Then we go farmland. Obviously, the issue we're going to have is the availability of people and things like that, but live with that for the time being. Same again. Just going to be a little bit naughty and just self-serve this farm for the time being. Plumb it all in. What I might even do with this... Oh, I need to tag it as farmland. So tag that as farmland anyway. Oh, no, I need to zone it with the others, with the original stuff as well. So... what we can do is we can drop a little bit of normal industry into here, and it'll come up as farming. We'll just let a few bits come up, and then as far as farm is concerned, let's go for that up. No, we need a fence on there, don't we? Wall, fence, whatever it is. There we go. We go for some low-level hedgerows. Again, I'm gonna have to come back to this when I've got my mods back, because we are missing a serious number of mods. Yeah, there's a lot missing. So I think we'll have to revisit once I've done a mod check. It may be that some need updating and I've not picked them up yet, so we'll kind of see on that front. But getting there, slowly but surely. I think that looks good. So we've got our, I mean, actually a nuclear power station, but hey, what's a nuclear power station between friends? Is that producing electricity? No, it isn't. Okay. like that. Can't connect it to anything. Damn. You wouldn't have that there. That's cool. Yes, so we've got our little town of New Whitby, which is now alive. People living in it. People going about their business. You know, again, we've got quite a lot of detailing to do. We have only part of the high street actually built as we want it. So quite a bit of work to do on the shop fronts at the moment, just to get them looking, remedy some of these layers so that we haven't got level, sorry, so we haven't got Back to the Future moments going on. Love our little church, really do. The guy who designed that is superb. But yeah, so we've got to detail the school as well. So there's quite a lot of detailing work that we've got to do. Apparently it's only on the fence area and it's built forward. We're still getting these stupid buildings appearing. So obviously we've got quite a bit to do, but it's all good. We'll get there. I'm liking the amount of life. And now obviously we can put a bus route in here. I like seeing cars. I like seeing car parks full and things like that. So I will set up a transport service. Our pathway has vanished again. Ever since I got Park Life. Oh no. I'm noticing this quite a lot. Things have vanished. That was maybe me. I don't know. Right. Okay. Cool. So. Good start. It's a good start. Yeah, there's quite a bit we want to. There's a lot of things I want to look at. But I think for this episode, that's probably going to be enough. We've been going for a couple of hours now, so that's me done for today. But we'll be back on tomorrow with another revisit too. I'm going to be interspersing the live shows with little build updates and whatnot. But yeah. But other than that, until the next one, guys. Like, genuinely, it's been an absolute pleasure. So for all those people who've stuck by, thank you very much. Until the next one, guys, take care.